Hello everyone, my name is Lucas and welcome to a new episode of our Fixed Perspective Scroller. I want to apologize for not uploading a video last week. I was very sick. I don't know what got me, some kind of flu, but now I'm much better. And also, yesterday and Saturday I was moving to a new place. So I'm going to be sharing some videos of my new place after I set up. But now I wanted to make a video to keep progressing on the quest that we were making. So I cannot show you the Trello now, but as someone suggested, I will share the Trello to anyone who wants to see it. I'm going to give you viewing options. So if you want, just let me know in the comments and I will send you a invitation to it. So without anything else to say, let's get started. So what we're going to do today is we're going to be finishing the quest. So we need to make a function that checks that the quest is ready, and then we have to make the NPC give the reward to the player, or we're actually just getting the reward from the quest. And then we are going to finally add the quest to our finished quest list. This is what I did because I already did this because I want to go through it smoothly. I made an input manager, so here you can see that I just made some events. So you can probably ignore this if you don't want to do it. What this does, basically, it just has a lot of events. I talked about this before. So when I have a input, like in this case, when I have the mouse button up, I'm going to fire the onPress up event, and then all the functions on my other classes that I subscribe to this event are going to be called as well. So I don't have to check on each class update. I don't need to check if the mouse was pressed or the mouse was not pressed. What I do is each function, I will just subscribe it to this onPress up. So if I find, for example, all the reference for this, you can see that in my dialog manager, I grab this event and then I subscribe the function close dialog box callback. I subscribe it into my onPress up so that I don't need to have an update on my dialog manager. Likewise, I did another event called key press down. So what I do is I have a if statement. So if any key down, this means that if the user press any key, we're going to call this event, and we also know what key was pressed with this input string. So then when I use this, so for example, find references, I have used it in the quest manager. So here I have these key callbacks, and the key callbacks will check, okay, we have a key press down. So when the string is equals to B, I'm going to toggle the quest book. Okay, so I renamed my quest grid. Before I used to call it quest grid. I'm going to show you here. I renamed the quest grid into quest book because I think for my game I'm going to make all the quests to look like a book, and like you can go through pages seeing your quests that you have complete, etc. So right now I call it quest book, and the rest remain the same. So basically I just made a function that allows me to turn on and off the quest book. And how I did that, in the UI manager, I have a reference to the quest book transform, which is just the object here that you see here, the quest book, and I get the game object and then set it active to the value of this boolean here. So if B is true, I'm just going to turn on, and if B is false, I'm going to turn off. So, and also if B is true, so if B, I'm going to show the active quests because this class here is quest manager. So whenever I open the book, I want to refresh the quests in my quest book. And if I remember correctly, I had a bug here. Let me try to recreate it. So here in show active quests, I had to add this. So if I comment this out, you will see now that if we just toggle on and off the quest book, so let me grab a quest, I will accept this quest. If I turn on and off and on and off, you will see the quest start adding multiple times. So what we do to fix it is we find the quest book so the quest book content that we have in the UI Manager instance. We find the quest book, and then we find, because we can find a transform, right? So we find this I, because this quest book here, info viewport content, here you can see all the quests, and when we accept a new quest, the quest gets the name of the ID of the quest. So now I can see, okay, quest book content dot find, and then that ID. So if it's not null, I'm going to continue, because that means it's not null. We already have this, we already created this quest in here. So now if I close, and okay, still here because I didn't save. So because now we're checking, okay, I already found that ID within the content transform, so I don't want to create that button again. So now you see when I close and open, it stops creating again and again. And that's the continue. What the continue does, it just skips to the next iteration of this for each loop. I made some content there so you can read it. And then the rest as usual, as we had before. You can also take a look. And that's basically it for showing the active quests. So toggle quest book, show active quest, and make sure to add these 2 lines here to make sure that you don't create the same object again and again. Okay, so now we can close and open the quest book. I suggest that we change some naming here, because we have quest kill and then we have player current, and I feel that's not very, it's not easy to get the meaning from it. So what I did in quest, this has to be changed. I want to change this from player current, and we can just go and press F2 so it changes all the instances of this player current. We're going to change it to initial amount. So I think initial amount will be much more clearer, because initial amount means the initial amount of kills we had when we took the quest. Okay, and we are going to also change that here. Make sure to change it here. So just copy it and save all these classes that were changed, and in the JSON files make sure to change it to initial amount. And luckily now we have just wait, yeah, this is an item quest, so no kills needed. We only have 1 quest. If you had multiple quests, maybe you have to change everything, but I'm sure you can use that find and replace tool to change easily. So let it compile the scripts, and here in quest manager, so now we did this, we changed the naming. Now we need to make a function that check if the quest is completed or not. Is quest completed? So I made a boolean type function, so public boolean is quest finished, and we of course pass a quest ID. So we're going to, for this episode, because we only have a killing, we don't have items yet, we can only kill enemies, so we're going to make the kills part. But it's going to be very similar to checking the items, or checking if we talk to certain NPC. So first I'm going to make a quest reference to the quest by making this and setting it equal to a quest dictionary, and then passing the quest ID we got from the parameter here. So quest equals quest dictionary quest ID. Then if there is at least 1 kill that we're required to do, so this means we're going to check, okay, does the quest task kills have any length? If this is 0, then we would just ignore all this part, because there is no kills that we need to do. But if it's greater than 0, we are going to use a for each loop for each kill. Okay, so for each variable quest kill in the quest.task.kills, and I was recommended that I should use a variable in local scopes. So instead of saying the type, you can just type var. It stands for variables. So we made a for each loop for each quest kill in our task, and because we have different quest kills, remember a quest kills A quest kill has an ID of a monster and the amount of times we have to kill the monster, okay? And we can have many quest kills in our quest. So if the player data, remember that we made the player data in the last episode, if the monsters killed in player data do not contain the key of this quest kill ID, that's the ID of the monster we're required to kill, we're going to return false, because it's impossible for us to have completed the quest of killing a certain monster if we haven't even killed it to begin with. Because if we don't have the data of that monster in our monsters killed, that means we haven't even killed one of them. That means we definitely haven't finished the quest. And if this is false, I don't need to wait to check for the items, because if any part of the quest is not complete yet, I can already tell Unity, I already can tell my game, hey, one part of his quest is not finished. So you can already assume that the quest is not finished, because we need to finish the whole quest to be able to return true, right? So if, as I say, if we haven't even met the monster, then we return false. Now we're going to make something that we did before. We're going to make an integer called current kills, and that current kills is just the monsters killed with this ID, because remember in player data we have the monsters killed with this ID and the amount, so we know, okay, I have killed, for example, 30 mummies. But we also need to get the quest that we're currently doing, which we get it from active quests, because remember that in active quests we have the initial amount of monsters. So that means the monsters we already had killed when we accepted this quest, when we got this quest. So I killed 30 mummies, and when I began this quest, the quest with this ID, when I began this quest, the kills of that quest, and specifically of that monster, had certain amount. So let me try to make this clear. The active quest, so for example, we're killing the mummies, right? This is the quest where we kill the mummies, and this is here. And in killing mummies, we have the kills. So in the kills, we are required to kill this monster here, the quest kill ID, which is the mummy. And for example, we started with 5 mummies. So 30 mummies minus 5 mummies equals 25 mummies. So current kills will become 25. So then we check. If the current kills is less than the amount of kills we're required to do in the quest kill, then we're going to return false. So for example, let's say they ask us to kill 40 mummies, and right now we check, oh, it's 30 mummies, 25 mummies. So we will return false, and that will mean, hey, the quest is not finished yet. Okay, so we're actually basically checking and returning false. We're checking whether or not we haven't complete the quest. If this happens, of course we return false, so that means we haven't finished the quest. And then we will do the same for the items. We will check if we have those items in our inventory, and then we will do the same for checking if we have talked to an NPC or not. So if at any point the quest returns false, that means we haven't finished the quest. And if we didn't return false, that means we passed all the tests. Everything in our quest is completed. So now we can return true. Because remember, once you return false, you will never reach the next line. When you return false, your function stops. So if we reach the end of the function, that means we never return false. So we're going to return true. That means the quest is finished. So we're going to use this quest to check if our quest is finished or not. So very simple. So here, we finish this, make this quest completed. Now we need to make a button for us to complete the quest. So when we show the quest info, we are going to turn on and off the complete button depending on if this quest is finished or not. And only if we are checking the quest from the NPC. Because if I open the quest on my quest book to check the info, then it's going to show me the complete button when I'm just checking the quest from my book, right? I want that to appear only when I'm opening the quest from talking with the NPC that gave me the quest. So how I did this, here in show quest info, we're going to have here this line. So remember that before we made a accept button, and the accept button only showed if the quest was not in our active quest list. That means we hadn't taken the quest yet. And we're going to do something similar here. We're going to hide the complete button, and it will only be open by the NPC. So every time we show the quest info, we're going to grab the quest info complete button and turn it off. And how I made the quest info complete button, I'm going to go through it too. It's very simple. Actually, let me show you here. Something's wrong. I open the quest and I accept the quest, and as you see here, I have quest info background buttons, and you'll see I have 3 buttons. One's accept, that one is the button that I was talking about, and now I made another one. Just copy the accept button and change the name, change the text, and there you go, you have a complete button. And this complete button, we're always going to hide it, because when we open the quest from our quest book, sorry, let me try to open it. When we open the quest from our quest book, I don't want the button to appear here. So even if we completed the quest, I don't want to be able to complete the quest from my quest book. I need to travel back to the NPC that gave me the quest to complete it. So what I'm going to do is always turn off the complete button, but because the NPC here, the NPC controller, as you see, is the NPC controller that shows the quest. So he's going to quest manager, show quest info, so he's going to open the window of the info of the quest, and that's going to run all the code that we saw here, all this function. So it's going to turn off the button first, but then after it finished setting the quest info, it's going to go to the UI manager instance, quest info complete button, because we have a reference there. Let me show you in here, UI manager. I just made a transform for the quest info, just like the accept button and the cancel button. It's the same quest info complete button, and then I just find its path here. So, or you can do that in the, you can do it on the inspector if you want. If you don't want to have this, you can just do it on the inspector. The main point is that we need a reference to the complete button, and then we will grab that complete button reference, get the game object, and set it active to this. So we don't set it active to true or false, but we set it active to the value of is quest finished, because is quest finished is going to return false or true depending on if this quest that we passed the ID here, the I, is finished or not. So if we haven't finished the quest, it's just going to turn it off again, so it's just going to remain off. But if we have finished the quest, when we talk to the NPC, it's going to show the quest. So now let me do a demonstration. So I will grab this mummy here, and I'm going to duplicate it like 10 times so that we can easily see. So slay mummies. I haven't slay a single mummy yet, but I accept the quest. Here you can see 0 mummies. And now I'm going to kill all these mummies. Wow. And we kill them all. So probably now, if I check the quest, you see 14 out of 10 mummies. So that means we completed the quest. But you see that the complete button is not here. So, okay, I need to go back to the NPC and check. Okay, the quest is completed. So now I can complete the quest. And I'm going to press complete to receive the reward from the NPC, and also set this quest into our finished quest. So maybe we'll have a tab here for active quest and a tab for complete quest. But for that, my friends, we're going to need to go to the next video since we're run out of time. And yeah, I'm going to do it as soon as possible. Again, apologies for not uploading videos in this previous week. I hope you all had happy holidays. And as usual, I want to deeply thank all my patrons in Patreon. I am going to have the live stream soon. Just let me know what you want to talk about. If you want to talk about your games or you want to ask me some questions, about my game, what I do. We'll just talk about those stuff. But yeah, again, thank you very much. And if you want to support me on Patreon as well, I would really appreciate that. If you cannot support me on Patreon, please like my videos, please subscribe, and please share it to your friends. That also helps me a lot, really. So thank you very much for watching, guys. I'm very happy to be making videos again. As I said at the beginning, I moved to a new place, so I'm going to be showing you pictures of maybe videos of the new place soon. And yeah, and as always, thanks for watching. No, I'm kidding, that's not my ending phrase. I'll see you next time. Goodbye. Peace.